Hello everyone, welcome to the episode of Fire Facts. I am your host, Pyropaw, and today we're going to be answering a question that was suggested to me in the comment section of my first and most recent video, and it really caught my attention. And the question was, why do people enjoy playing GTA 5 so much? Let's find out. GTA 5. What can I say about this game that hasn't already been said? It is certainly one of the most classical games at this point, one of the most well-known games at this point, and is Rockstar's most longest running GTA in the company's history. The most before it were about 2 to 4 year gaps between games. However, it has been exactly 8 years since its release in 2013. And they've just been milking it ever since. Now, first question we should probably answer is, what is GTA 5? Well, GTA series itself is a game series where basically you get to be a criminal, or in a more defined term, you are a psychopathic criminal slash world-saving hero. So, in even simpler terms than that, you're a dick. It's literally a game where you get to be a dick. And gender does not matter here. You could be a woman dick or you could be a man dick. Because, let's be honest, who isn't a dick when they play this game? It is literally a game where you can do whatever you want, and there's no real consequence save for you getting shot down by the cops like it's the LAPD in the 60s. Yeah, I made that joke because there's no other way to compare it. So, let's get into the specifics of GTA 5. In the game, the campaign, which is the first thing you are forced to play when you boot up the game. So the campaign follows the lives of 3 men, Michael Townley, Trevor Phillips, and Franklin Clinton. Finally, a Clinton that everyone can agree they like. And it's a pretty good campaign. It's a very long campaign though, and to be fair, not many people are all about it, but that's not to say it's not a good campaign. It's funny, it's intense, most of all, it gives you a look into the world of San Andreas, a island off the west coast of the United States, which the best way to describe it is if somebody took a chunk of North California, Middle California, and South California, and then just kind of smushed them all together into one libertarian, Democrat, or something abomination. I don't know politics. All I know is in this place you have a mixture pot of every single stereotype of the West Coast and of the political system, all wrapped into one chaotic hellhole. Like I said, the campaign can be long, it can be kind of taxing, and really, I haven't met that many people that have fully completed it and just went over to what is the main attraction of this game, the multiplayer. Multiplayer in this game is by far its main component. It is the biggest part, it is the most crazy part, it is the bread and butter of almost all GTA since 4. I remember the first GTA I ever played was 4, and I played it because I had a bunch of friends that were like, oh, you gotta get this game, the multiplayer is insane, there's gang wars, servers are full of people, it's chaos, it's fun, and we can all band together. And they were right, it was super fun. The amount of times you would have a whole half of the server come together to fight the other half of the server in absolute chaotic and stupid physics. Gunfights, car fights, plane fights. It was nuts. GTA 5 took that, and while not exactly the same beautiful dated ragdoll physics of GTA 4, it certainly held up and definitely made a lot of improvements to what the game was. Now, why is the multiplayer so popular in this game? Well, it's actually fairly simple. The servers are huge and you have a ton of people, all players, running around this very massive map. It's a giant open world with the heart of the city, the suburbs, coastline beaches, beachline property, military bases, and all the way in the north you have the desert area where the Heists live. And also the mountaintop, Mount Chiliad, where you can go up and either jump from to parachute off of, or you can be stupid and mount up your car and just drive straight off the mountain. Like I said, the game is open and free roaming. You can go anywhere within the boundaries of the island. Let's get into one of the other main reasons why this game is so popular. It's the variety of vehicles of all kinds, as well as the freaking weapons. When it comes to the weapons and vehicles, there's such a huge variety, it's impossible not to find something to like. It goes from, vehicle-wise, the most basic thing you can find at a used dealership car lot for a couple $100 to full-on, heavily armored giant semi-trucks that can plow through traffic like a hot knife through butter. And then don't even start about the aircraft. You have your basic stunt planes to Raptors and freaking cargo bobs, and even a military transport plane that you can fill up with your buddies and drop them off like they're a paratrooping troop. Weapons, same thing. They range from the most basic thing you can buy at like the Academy or even a Walmart, such as a Glock, to full-on military-grade hardware from a assault rifle to a 10mm minigun. One of the other reasons why this game is so fun is the fact that you can purchase your own home, whether that be a rundown shack in the projects to a $1 million mansion in the hills to even a giant $1 million apartment in the heart of the city that lets you look down on all the plebeians because you are their god in a sense and can rain fire and death upon them with a few well-placed 50 caliber sniper rounds. You think I'm joking. I'm not. I've done this. Like I said, you're a dick in this game, and it's great. Another and one of the main points of why the multiplayer is so popular is heists. Now, heists are not entirely a base game. They were a very new addition that came into the game about a couple years ago. And they were one of the things that kind of helped bring the game back into the main light because multiplayer was getting a bit boring. They had custom games and they had all that stuff, but there was nothing really official. And not to mention, making money could be a challenge for a lot of people. And heists were somewhat the answer to that. Heists are basically where you and however many friends are allowed to go on the heist with you, or at least other players, because you can queue it with random people. Heists are basically exactly what they sound like. They're heists. They're big storylines that are multi-step depending on which one you do. They can range from a total of 5 missions to 30, where each mission brings you closer and closer to the finale, which is the heist. And these heists range from robbing a simple bank on the coastline property to going in guns blazing, Ocean's 11 style, and robbing the most successful casino in all of Los Santos, which is the name of the city. Then they just keep going. You not just to casinos, but you also rob military bases. You rob privately owned islands. It's a heist, and the heists just keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and the payout keeps going out. And so a lot of people love that. They love heists. They love the idea of getting to be a part of this big criminal thing, because I think really there's never been once a person that's never walked into a bank or even a casino and not once thought, if I'm gonna rob this place, how would I do it? it's not for the faint of heart, right? This game is for people that don't really have a problem being a dick, and it gives people an excuse to be a dick. Then comes the main reason why the game is so popular. Because it's absolute chaos. It is a game that allows you to kill and do crime without real consequence unless you get killed by the police. And otherwise, it's also a place where players have almost no loyalty to each other and everyone is free game unless they're set in passive mode. But otherwise, you could be driving down the street after just robbing a convenience store, or maybe your 15th convenience store, and you've got a total of at least $30K on you, and you're excited, it's your first time, and then out of nowhere, 15 other players show up and just start unloading on you from their cars or their helicopters or even from the ground. And because they're like, oh, we want that money. It's chaos, and that is part of the beauty of it. It's weird to say that, and it probably makes me sound like a psychopath when I say it, but again, I think the best way to understand what this game is to play it for yourself and just see if you like it. You don't have to kill people you see on the street. You don't have to disobey the traffic laws. That's the beauty of it. You can follow the traffic laws. You cannot kill anybody unless you're forced to kill somebody. That's really all there is to it. That's why I enjoy it. I enjoy the fact that I can do really whatever the hell I want. Now, it sucks whenever overpowered players like to bully smaller players, but I mean, what can you do? And with that, that really answers our question. Why do people play GTA 5 and why they have so much fun doing it? Because it's a game where you can lose yourself. You can be the bad guy and no one's going to judge you for it. It's a game where you get to lose all the inhibitions you would usually have in real life out of fear of consequence, because there is no consequence. It's a game where chaos reigns and you get to be a part of that chaos without the fear of being looked down upon or being persecuted. It's a freedom game where you can do whatever you want, however you want, with how many ever guns and vehicles you want. That's the beauty of it all, is that it's a game that is just fun. And that's probably why people like it. I know that's why I like it. I can't speak for everybody as to why they enjoy the game. Everybody has their own different reasons, but in my opinion, it's just because of how stupid, chaotic, and nuts the game is. That's why it's fun. And with that, the question has been answered, and that is all the time we have for this episode of Fire Facts. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, set that like button on fire like crazy and hit that subscribe button for more content. And so, until next time, stay hot, everybody. Bye-bye.